everyone. Well, when you have been in the glass engraving business for as long as I have, which is now 40 years, you get clients coming back and forth over the years. And I have got a couple of glasses that I'm doing for a client, and well, two. It's Arthur and Carla. Now, I've already sandblasted these. They're lovely champagne flutes. They are for their 50th wedding anniversary. And I did their 30th wedding anniversary and their 40th wedding anniversary. So now they are celebrating their 50th, which is just wonderful. So congratulations, both of you. What I have done each time is similar champagne flutes, not identical, and virtually the same engraving on them. This one being 50, I'm elaborating just a little bit more. Similar, so they match up, but slightly different. Basically, it's a sort of an oak leaf kind of design. I have obviously done the sandblasting already, so now I've just prepared my drawings, my artwork, printed them out, and I will put them behind the glass. I'll just tear that in half and show you. I've printed them to the right size, and the reason why I've put the 50 there is so that I can place it, line them both up perfectly. I think I have done that there. And so the design is going to go something along those lines. Of course, this is going to be hand engraved. The rest, the lettering is all sandblasted, as what I usually do, as you know. It's an absolute honor to be doing their 50th wedding anniversary glasses. So without further ado, let's get started.
Right, as you can see, I've marked the glass with a white line, and I wonder if you can guess what that is for. Oh yes, it is a very strong stress line. Both of them have them in exactly the same place, unfortunately, but it's fine, just work below it. Here I've got a very tiny diamond burr. It's actually a sintered diamond. Of course, it doesn't matter whether you have a sintered diamond or a normal coated diamond. The sintered, of course, means that the diamond dust goes all the way through. So the diamond burr lasts a little bit longer and is a little bit more expensive. Anyhow, a very, very thin outline to begin with. I usually use a stone, but in this case I am going straight in with diamond. Very, very delicate outlines. I want them sharp and neat. Prepared this artwork in Photoshop, so in other words I have spliced the little leaves together to make a little collage. Stuck them on, of course, with white tack, as you can see, and now removing them so that you can see the basic outline. They look a little bit like holly at the moment but they're not. Anyway, so a quick outline of the second glass. Now, as you can see, obviously I am doing one step at a time on each glass so that I can match them up. It's so much easier when you're working with a pair to do them in a sort of a factory type process, sort of one step at a time, so that you don't have to look back and think, oh my goodness, what on earth did I use there? I can't remember. You know, if you finish one glass and go back and start the second, you could get really lost, quite frankly. especially if it is a complicated piece. Anyhow, I have a slightly larger diamond burr, also a sintered diamond, and I am pulling in slightly from the edges and leaving a little gap between the center line, which you saw me engrave first, the sort of vein effect. And I'm just pulling in towards that, but leaving a gap between the two. The center line, I wanted to keep it light, and so I am creating that contrast. So at the size, I want a lot of contrast. The cute little acorns are so simple to do. You don't need to do all the fancy effects at that size. They are really, really small. It is just the impression. This is not a botanical study. As you can see, of course, I am using water now. But as you know, that is not absolutely necessary. If you are not using water, do make sure that your diamond is really nice and sharp, or new if you like. When I say sharp, I mean not worn out, so that you're having to press hard and run it very fast. And if you do that on a delicate glass, especially like these, you can actually crack the glass if you do that. So go for a nice fresh diamond, especially if you are working dry. This is actually like butter under this diamond. I barely am touching the glass. I'm probably only running at about 30,000 RPM. I don't need to go very fast at all. Most of you, if you have a micromotor, that's what it's going to go up to. If you've got a better one, it'll go up to 35 or 40,000 RPM. And of course, a really good one, such as the one I'm using here, goes up to 50,000 RPM, which is more than enough. You can do some really nice engraving even just with 35,000. So there you see the two at this stage are pretty much matching. But if you look incredibly closely at every single part of each leaf, you will see they are actually quite different. I am not doing stroke for stroke. I am not even referring back to the other one. I am simply doing a similar thing to each one. Because at the end of the day, when you are engraving a glass by hand, it is like a miniature painting. These are brush strokes. You cannot possibly absolutely accurately copy two identical glasses. So don't worry about that. But as you can see, when you stand back and look at them, they will be a lovely matching pair because the artwork matches. So now in the drill I have got a little Dura white, lovely soft white stone, and I am incredibly lightly running over all the clear areas now, so that now the acorns and the leaves appear more solid. I don't want to see any clear glass in between, unless it's the background, of course. And I can tell you right now that I was running this drill at between 10 and 15,000 RPM. You do not need to run it fast, especially with a Dura white. As you can see, the sandblasting is so neat. I love sandblasting, but of course not everyone can sandblast, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting on with some lovely hand engraved lettering. It is not easy, but would come with practice. Of course, these are commissions. I am a business. I have to do it efficiently and fast, and so I prefer to sandblast my lettering. But you can create a lovely, if you can imagine even a monogram in this space, you know, this sort of design with a monogram, maybe two lovely big letters entwined, that sort of thing. That would be really lovely. And if you are hand engraving something like that, or a name, then you can certainly put that on a piece of paper first, put it behind the glass, and trace that. As you can see, this Dura white produces such a soft tone, and already also you can see that the depth of the diamond work is remaining such, and the Dura white is incredibly light on the surface, so that there's still the dents in the glass that the light will pick up. And so already your shading is virtually there, but I'm just going to enhance it a little bit more now with a rubber. Here I have got a tiny little brown rubber, but there are other color rubbers, and of course you can use those, no problem, even if you use the slightly bigger rubbers, and just run over the edges where you want a little bit of darkness. I'm being totally random. Again, both glasses will be quite different, and yet the same. Bit of footage of the second glass. Nothing more exciting than the first. You've seen it all already, and as I say, I do not refer to the other glass. I do it completely randomly. So there you go, a lovely pair of champagne flutes for the special couple. 50 golden years. Congratulations, the two of you. You are such a lovely couple. I hope I can do your 60th. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.